Now, there have been 2 explosions at a chemical works in Texas, which was badly flooded by Tropical Storm Harvey. The owner of the plant near Houston had warned that a loss of power meant volatile chemicals could overheat. The surrounding area has been evacuated. This report from Simon Jones contains some flashing images.
2 explosions already, with the warning there could be more to come. The Arkema plant in Crosby is flooded. It's lost power. The volatile chemicals can't be kept cool. The owner had warned this was inevitable. Busloads of residents had already been moved out, fleeing not just their homes, but the danger of blasts. They're being told not to return to the area. Hundreds of thousands of people have now been displaced by Harvey. Some have paid with their lives. The bodies of 4 children and their great-grandparents were discovered in this van, which had been swept away by the floodwaters. The Mexican foreign minister, on a visit to Washington, has now offered to help with the relief effort.
Particularly, I want to thank the government of Mexico for its offer of assistance to the state of Texas. They've offered a wide range of assistance, coordinating with the governor down in Texas.
The lieutenant governor of Texas has praised the way people have come to the aid of their neighbours. Dan Patrick said hundreds of ordinary people turning up with their boats to search for survivors reminded him of the rescue operation at Dunkirk during World War II. He said the reconstruction in the city could cost up to $200 billion, and many still need urgent help. This is a nursing home in Port Arthur.
Tensions were at a very high level when I came into this facility, from the relatives and even from some of the volunteers who had come to try to take these people out.
And the authorities are warning the worst is not yet over, with flooding expected to continue for many more days. Simon Jones, BBC News.
OK, let's talk to Don Champion now, a reporter for CBS News. He's in Houston. We heard our report there suggesting that things are going to get worse in other areas. I just wonder what's happening where you are in Houston. Are the waters beginning to recede there?
Yeah, good afternoon, Clive. Certainly, some of the floodwaters have begun to recede across this region, but the devastation is still all around this area. Some places, some of the hardest hit areas here, the flooding might not recede from there for well over 2 months. Yesterday, Clive, we got our first aerial view of the devastation across this region. It was just breathtaking and just incredibly sad to see how many large swaths of land in this area are literally still underwater. Of course, yesterday was the first day that we saw the return of the sun above the Houston area in more than 5 days. More than 30,000 people still are seeking safety in shelters set up around this area. More than 200 are opened here in Texas at this hour. Some families are leaving the shelters and going elsewhere with family members in other locations and other cities. But certainly the waters are starting to recede here. But there is a big concern that as those waters recede, this tragedy will deepen even more as officers and first responders begin to find some bodies in the water.
Sure. OK, Don, thank you for that. Don Champion there live in Houston.